Reminds me of a lot of people who are just learning how to be Christian. Some people are just so impatient with them, but friends, we have to be patient with those who are just learning. A baby doesn't know how to run at 3 months old. If people who are just saved don't have a role model, how will they know how to act like a Christian? The Bible is a guide, but do they know where to look? Do they have anyone to show them? When we reach others for Christ, it's not the end of the story. You've now adopted that person, and it's important to nurture them. A teacher in a podcast said, a shepherd protects the sheep by being in front of them, in between them, and behind them. That is what we need to be as leaders in the Christian faith. If we're going to reach others, then we need to shepherd them too. In the book called Relentless, Because You Were Made for More, by Jenny Allen, she talks about a friend of hers that was arrested for an innocent, unintentional crime. She said the friend spent 4 hours in jail, and while she was there, an inmate said to her, "You glow. Why do you glow?" That's how we should be. We should be glowing all the time because we love Jesus. We should be glowing because we spend time with God when we are not at church. Planet Fitness advertised that with their app, you can do exercises at home when you're not at the gym. The same can apply to us. There are lots of apps, and I'm not discounting them. But reading in the Bible is so way more important than plans or Bible games. Reading the Bible teaches you about God, His character, His behaviors, how He approaches others. He didn't go all over looking for people that He could chastise. He looked for people that He could love. He looked for people He wanted to show compassion and healing to. It became so popular, people were seeking Him out. When was the last time you seeked God out? I know I am guilty of getting too busy. Sure, I do my Bible reading purposely, but spending quiet time in prayer, yeah, I'm pretty bad at that. I do my prayer in the morning, but I would like to get better at having a special time of prayer. How can you show people the right Jesus? How can you show people the God who cares, the God who loves, the God who saves, the God who doesn't judge people by outside appearances, but by His relentless love? He is not a tyrant waiting to strike people down. He isn't waiting for you to fix yourself up and then come to Him. He wants you now, just as you are. Life with Christ is just amazing. Imagine a life where you trust in God for everything. No worries, no shame. This does take time to achieve. Old habits must die. I heard somewhere that whatever you feed will grow and whatever you starve will die. So, if you feed into your worries all the time, they will grow. And what is suffering? Your faith in God. So here's how to totally dedicate yourself to the Lord. And there's one thing that a lot of people struggle with, and that is letting go and letting God take over their lives. They feel like they will then be enslaved, but I'm telling you, it is quite the opposite. Imagine being tied up with ropes and you can't move. That is what it's like trying to do everything yourself and not with God. And the other day, I was listening to one of my old messages, and it was something like, it was something I had read previously. It's something like, Some of us reach for God with one hand while the other hand is trying to accomplish what needs to be done. We only have asked God to help us. It's important to really engage in the scriptures. Whenever people want to learn something, it's so important to just jump in with both feet and really engage.